39th edition of the Nedbank Golf Challenge, hosted by Gary Player at Sun City, was won by Tommy Fleetwood from England. This tournament forms part of the Rolex Series on the European Tour and the Race to Dubai, and over the years has featured some of the biggest names in the world of golf. The Sports Trust Golf Challenge is the annual fundraising charity event that takes place the very next day. The Sports Trust clients enjoyed the welcome function at the Shebeen and were thrilled that they would be playing at the Gary Player Country Club golf course the way the pros played it, and receiving advice from Gary Player, who was also attending the event. This year, the Sports Trust was also celebrating their 25th anniversary with the organization's former CEOs and chairman.
I can't believe it's 25 years later. I remember when we got together with business, sport and government to form a unique partnership that was to be one of the best sports product offerings that we've ever had. Little did we know that we would be standing here today celebrating 25 years.
The tournament was spectacular. I mean, it just doesn't get better than today. I mean, the finish was spectacular. Couldn't have a better winner, more deserving. Amazing game. As I said, 3 eagles and 1 shank to win the Nedbank Golf Challenge. Spectacular.
To see Tommy Fleetwood today play the way he did. 3 eagles in 1 round. You don't see that many times in the history of golf. You see it once, maybe once every 3 or 4 years.
For a 3rd eagle.
And he's made it as well. Unbelievable goal from Tommy Fleetwood. Eagle at 9, eagle at 10, eagle at 14.
And for all the people that are coming out and supporting this, my word, thank you. I said to them, you better enjoy tonight, because tomorrow night you're going to feel miserable because they play the same golf course that these guys play today, and they are really going to struggle.
The idea was to find the elite players to do things that would benefit the up-and-coming players. And as fate would have it, the idea was to say, if you keep the course as it was, as used by the professionals, and get amateurs and the other invitees to play in the same course, that would in itself be a motivating factor. And that formula, I cannot believe that is still going strong up to today.
Obviously delighted to be here for the last 2 days following the golf and the players, and equally excited and nervous, I guess, for tomorrow, playing the course the way the guys played it today. But look forward to it very much, and absolutely privileged to be here.
Absolutely confident. I can't wait to meet Tommy Fleetwood tomorrow, see if I can actually match any of his shots, which I doubt. But it really is a special honour to play the same course as they play it. Bit daunting, but I'm really excited about doing so.
The Sports Trust Golf Challenge gives amateur golfers the unique opportunity to play the Gary Player Country Club golf course as it was set up for the professional golfers during the final round of Africa's Major, and raises funds for both golf and sport development.
Well, as per usual, the Browns Bushhackers were the first off this morning at 7 o'clock. We've had a reasonable first 9. I think we're lying 4th at the moment, but we know there are lots of players still to go out there, and mostly because we've dovetailed quite well. I don't think any of us have been playing that great, but it's a hell of a lot of fun out there, and we always know that we're doing this for such a good cause.
We're out here today at the Sports Trust Challenge, which is the day after the final round of the Nedbank Golf Challenge, and it's a great experience for amateur players to get to play the course the way it was set up for the pros the day before.
It's very difficult out there. I'm sure the pros did not have the wind we had to contend with. But going out there, trying to play the course the way the pros last played it yesterday, just makes you realize just how good these guys are. It's tough out there, but fun for a good cause, always worth the effort.
You know, you must find something to do, and I think golf is relevant to our kids, you know, irrespective of color or where you come from. Find a space where you can hit some few balls, get used to it. It helps you to be stronger mentally and also to believe in yourself. It's quite a disciplined sport to play. You know, there are quite a number of aspects that it brings into an individual. So I believe that Having played the game, there are so many people that you're going to meet of different levels. They'll help you with so many things. So it's important to open your mind. Don't just be stuck to one thing, because after 32 years or 33 years, you're about to retire. What else you're going to do? We're trying, we're training, and we're plus minus position 16 or so. But we hope that by the end of the day, we'll be somewhere in the top 5 or so.
It's a fantastic cause. The charity is a fantastic charity. Nedbank's underlying sponsorship has been fantastic. And so to support it is fantastic. And to come out to this tournament, watch on the Sunday and then play on the Monday morning is great. I have to say I've probably played here 10 times and this was the hardest it's played. The wind was brutal on the first couple of holes, but great fun.
It's been great. It's a bit warm out there, but thank goodness for the cloud cover. And the golf hasn't been too bad. I've got some good partners. I pick my partners well, and I've just sort of carried the bag and come in occasionally when they make me sort of say you need to score on this hole. So it's been a great day so far. I'm very impressed with the pros. To play this, we played in a bit of wind at the start, and it was very difficult. And I feel sorry for the rest of my 4-ball because they had to carry me most of the round. The par 5s are okay. Most of the par 4s are very long. So it's a great test, and all credit to these pros that play this for 4 days in a row.
That evening, the guests attended the prize-giving function, which was also hosted at the Nedbank Pavilion. Nedbank and Sun International, who are the founding trustees of the Sports Trust, handed over the charity cheque of R1 million, which was raised from this year's Sports Trust Golf Challenge. They also paid tribute to their former CEOs and chairmen during the course of the evening. Then it was time for the prize giving and announcement of the overall winners of this year's event.
Thanks to everybody, because what you are doing through playing in events like this is you are contributing to South Africa, sending a positive message about our country. You're contributing to golf and you're contributing to community.
Yeah, a little bit like the Nedbank Golf Challenge. We get better every year, and the Sports Trust today was just a really fun day out. A little bit of wind this morning, which kept everybody on their toes. But to raise R1 million in a day for those less privileged than ourselves is always a really special day to be part of.
To thank and congratulate the Sports Trust for celebrating 25 years of enriching, building and enhancing education through sport throughout South Africa. So congratulations for this wonderful feat.
We thank Nedbank and Sun International for actually not just being our trustees, but for allowing us to benefit out of this event. It's important for us because we're able to actually support projects that are related to golf and also projects that are in general developing sports. And secondly, through this event, we get an opportunity to also, as was mentioned earlier, to support communities that are around, especially Sun International and Nedbank. That will go a long way to, to contribute to the good causes that we run as the Sports Trust in the country. I mean, this is very good for the country.
This is bucket list material. So anybody who's a golfer, this is something you just have to play once in your life at least. Between Nedbank, Sun City, and of course the Sports Trust, this is once again, this is an amazing event. So we're great supporters of it, and we're firm believers in what they do. I mean, we all know about how sports unite the nation. We see what's happened in the Rugby World Cup. So once again, we see what the Sports Trust is doing, giving young people hope, just giving South Africa a really great chance to progress. It's just amazing for us to be a part of this.
So I'm not a golfer, but I understand the magic of sport, and this thing has been on the calendar since the earliest days. In the early days, it was obviously we didn't make as much money, but it was still huge for us. And what I can't understand is how these guys come in. They've been bitten by black mambas. They've got mosquito bites. They're covered in sweat and blood and scratches because they've been trying to find their ball in the bush, and they've got mud because they've been whacking away in the water, and they come in and say, it was the worst, most horrible day of my life. Where do I sign up for next year? You can't actually believe it. Yeah.
The course destroyed me, to be honest. Funny enough, I've had my 2 best rounds of my entire life in the last 2 weeks. and I came here and got absolutely destroyed. A mate of mine knows whatever, some friends or whatever, and I've been ragging him for years saying I want to be in this Pro-Am. So one of my dreams actually is to be in the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And so Pro-Ams to me are an absolutely amazing opportunity for guys to just experience what it's like to be, a slight bit of what it's like to be on tour. Just, what these guys do. So tonight this came up, and it's not just being in the Pro-Am. It's I can go and sit at the country club with all the players. I can go in behind the scenes. I can see what Supersport does behind the scenes. So to me, it was like it wasn't about what it cost. It was like you can't actually buy that.
The Sports Trust wishes to thank our founding trustees, Sun International and Nedbank, for the continued investment and support to ensure that we can enhance education through sport and support sport and golf development in South Africa.